this computer. All right, so this is our typical website that we have what we call location pages on. If you went to service
Mm.
area and went into any one of these service areas, what it's going to have on it, it's going to have all of our typical information. You don't have to worry about any of this. This is going to be where we put all the services. I mean, if you could build it out, it'd be wonderful. Where I take a template, I create basically a template, and I have on that location page, I have a weather app, right? And then I have all the services listed out for that specific page. All right. But however, the main part I'm really wanting y'all for is this part right here, where I pull the neighborhoods for that specific city. And where I'm getting this generally is from Google, right? If I went to Google and I typed in Atlanta neighborhoods, it's going to give me a list of all the neighborhoods in Atlanta, right? And then what I do is if you click on any one of these are all hyperlinked over to that map on Google.
Correct.
So that neighborhood is, each of these neighborhoods are hyperlinked to their specific GMAP, right? And then I also pull the top sites, things to do, places to go, stuff like that of that specific city. So if you went Atlanta, things to do, you know, and on underneath travel, or you hit more things to do, which is just travel right here, you see it. They have top sites, you know, they have top sites by interest, top experiences, notable neighborhoods, travel articles. All this data is what I want pulled into here. And then at the very bottom of that, we have a city map embed. This part's fairly easy for us to do because it doesn't require us. The main part that we're having to do manually is all this shit. And this is a small one. This has only got like 10 neighborhoods. If you went to Atlanta, you know, we have some that have 70, 80 neighborhoods. And we have to physically go in there and hyperlink all that shit and then pull in all this. All this is manually put in. And if you were to click on any one of these images, it then takes you over to that on Google as well. So all these top sites are coming from here, which is then hyperlinked to their pages, like all this information. Every last bit of this is all hyperlinked. You know, if you click on any of it, it's all hyperlinked to its own GMAP.
Okay.
So what I'm wanting to do is have a WordPress plugin that will at least, at bare minimum, do this part right here. You know, the neighborhoods and then things to do and places to go and all that stuff. Because if I could get this part done, the rest of it's easy.
All right.
You know, now if you could get that done and then you wind up, this part is a whole nother part. You know, this part is a embed code here that's with a weather app, and then the rest of it's
where do you
easy.
get the data for that?
This I forget. It's an actual app that you just have a short code for it. It's a weather app. What is it? Inspect real quick. Inspect. It's weather forecast.
So that one is a dynamic, right?
Yeah, it's an app in of
one.
itself. It's a widget. So that comes in from somewhere else. But the, you know, that we just drop in one line of code. It's easy. You know, this part right here down here is what's taking us forever.
All right. Okay.
You know, because a lot of these you'll get, let me pull up another client and see if I could show you a much larger one. Especially when we get into like Australia and different places like that, they're much, much, much bigger. Let's see.
So basically, so for this plugin, right? So we only need the user to input the address, then it will just pull everything.
Correct. I just pretty much want them to say, I'm in Atlanta City, and it pulls all the neighborhoods, hyperlinks them all, pulls all the top sites, pulls everything.
Okay.
If they have to do any more than that, then it's, you know.
May I know how many pages do you have right now for the services area?
But it depends. I mean, some of them will do, you know, we'll do a handful, and then other ones we do a lot more than a handful. I mean, some of them, it could vary. I'm trying to find another one for you real quick. Neighborhood pages.
So those two information needs to always go together, right?
Pretty much, yep. That information, yes, will always be together. I'm just, give me 1 second. Location pages. Okay, let me go to this one. But yeah, that information is always together, always going to be on. Okay, let's see if this is a bigger one. This is in Chicago. Should be much, but yeah, there we go. So this one's in Chicago. This is a different way. We normally don't set it up this way. This is something totally different, right? Let me go down, down, down. Okay. So on this one, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so 22, 33, let's say 44, 40 to 50 neighborhood pages. Or neighborhoods. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 neighborhood pages, but then each of these all have their own neighborhoods.
Okay.
Right. So in this one would be Chicago, and then we have reasons to visit Chicago and all this stuff, and then the top sites, and all this information is all pulled from Google. Depending on the city, each city may have travel articles, some of them don't. You know, some of them don't have travel articles. Some of them won't have top experiences, but the larger cities will have all of this information. And I'll send this one over to you as well. So this from the neighborhoods down is all I care about pulling.
So the category, sorry to cut you off.
I'm going to send this over to you in the chat. So,
okay.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so the category, it's not only for things to do, right?
Yeah, it's everything. It's really, if you pull travel, let's say Chicago, let's go here. Things to do, Chicago. I'm just showing you how I normally get it. This is how I get it. I mean, this is, and we do this manually for hundreds of fucking sites. So this is why I was like, if we can do this and make money off of it's one thing. If we could do it just to make my life easier, it'd be different. So this is under travel things to do, right? Up there, you see the link. And then this is Chicago. So Chicago top sites, right? Top sites by interest, top experiences, notable neighborhoods, travel articles, and all these are then hyperlinked over to their own, you know, sites. Like if I click on this, this is a Google map, you know, and the whole point in doing this, you know, not to teach you anything, but SEO is to increase proximity near their location.
Okay.
You know, so when, and then some of these, like these travel articles and some of this stuff is all actually linked to different assets, which is Wikipedia. But all of this is pulled from right here. All of it's pulled off of Google. You know, none of it is something that we have to go and look for or anything like that. It's all pulled out of Google. So if we go on to, let's say this one is Magnificent Mile, you know, top sites, all this stuff. Sherrod Aquarium, you know, Cloud Gate, kid friendly, all this stuff. It's all pulled from inside of this. If there's a way in which we can take this information and put it in here, and whatever this is linked to, like some of this, for instance, is going to be linked to its own GMap and some of it's not, you know? So the point is to actually get this stuff that's here all pulled in. You see the whole map over here, all this information, and then also the information about the place. I've seen now. I did send Lucky. There was one plugin that came real close to doing with what I wanted to do. Let me see if I can pull it up, but it's not exact, but it's similar to what I want, which is this plugin right here. Let me show you. It's kind of similar. It's kind of similar, but it's not the same damn thing, you know? So like this one, I can choose, okay, well, I like this. If you look at this, let's say I click on a restaurant and this is the city, you know, and I click on any one of these, they're all hyperlinked to the Gmaps. And it has information about, you know, how far away is this place from my central address. And then it even gives me some information about them, you know, and if I click on it, it takes me to their Gmap. You know, so if I was to tell you to do anything, you could take this one, which I'll send to the group chat as well. So y'all could have that too. But
so do you want to also show those information?
Well, I mean, I'm just giving you different options because like this is the only plugin I found that even remotely comes close to doing what I want. What I want, because this is the way my stacks always look, is this. Is like this. Because everybody knows my stacks like this. You know, that I do the neighborhoods in here like this, reasons to visit Chicago, places to go, things to do. And all of this is hyperlinked to their Gmap. I just need a way to automate this, if it's even possible. You know, I don't even know if it's possible, you know, because it's, I knew it would involve at least a Google API at best.
Correct, yeah.
And it just pulls all the travel articles, everything. This is a Google map embed for that city. We do that manually. This is all manual, every last bit of this. So, but I will send this recording over to y'all.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Everything's clear. Yeah. So I think another concern is how are we? Because Lucky mentioned right that you're planning to sell this online. So I'm thinking of how we should handle the Google Map API.
So normally, for instance, I've had a WordPress plugin built before. I'll just tell you what we had to do. Was we took the plugin was built for WordPress, and then we had to upload it on a GitHub. Now, don't ask me how to do any of that. I don't know how to do it. I just know you take the plugin, it's uploaded on GitHub, which is what Lucky had to do with that other plugin. Whoever did it, I don't know, but
it was Darwin. I remember.
I figured it's probably, but so upload it on there, and then I'm using that other plugin to manage who has subscriptions, because the ultimate goal, obviously, I have programmers who could do it. It's just a matter of I want it done as fast as possible, and I don't want to have to pay them 25% of every damn sale I get either. I'd rather pay up front, get it done, and then sell the bitch. So.
Okay. My only concern, right, because since we're using Google Map API, it requires someone to register an account under Google Map. And you need to input credit cards. So it means that your customers need to do the same.
So here's what I would wind up doing. I mean, either you can do it or I can have my guy do it after the plugins. I'll give you two options. You develop the plugin, and once you develop plugin, you create what's called a SOP, or standard operating procedure, in which you show me step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then I'm going to give that to the clients and let them set it up, and they'll know how to set it up and everything. Or you just show me the plugin working, and I give my guy to do the plugin and install it, and then he does the SOP. I don't care either way. I just need to be able to give it to the clients and say, yes, it works, and here's how to install it. You know, I just want them to pay me for it regardless, you know, and I want to make it so I don't have to have 5 people doing something that we could have a plugin do.
All right, understand.
So,
okay, so far everything's clear.
And you tell me if you can look at it, consider it, look at it all, and make sure that you can do it. And if you can do it and you come back to me and tell me that you can do it in the next 24, 48 hours or however long it's going to take you, and then we can work out payments and all that stuff too, because you take Gcash, right, where you're at?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you Filipino or no?
I am.
Okay, that's what I was like. He says he's Darwin, and he's in like, where did you tell me he's in, Romeo?
He's he's in Singapore now.
Singapore. I was thinking Malaysia. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing over in Malaysia?
He's on Cavite. He lives on Cavite. About
okay.
4 hours away from Manila.
Okay, you're not far. You're a hop, skipping, and jumping away.
All right. All right, so that's clear now.
I'll drop an outline for this. Then I'll note down all the features as well.
Okay.
Then I'll get back to you.
Yep, that'd be good. Sooner the better. We're ready to get moving. You do good on this one, then I mean, we're coming up with all types of stuff. Like they're finishing up on writing a WordPress plugin to do schema. Advanced schema, not this crappy schema by Yoast and everything. I'm talking about when we do schema, it's 40 to 60 pages worth of black hat SEO type crap. So
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Send over the Zoom recording when you
can. Will do. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Yes, sir.